In a world that constantly glorifies being busy, social, and surrounded by people, choosing to be alone is often misunderstood. Many assume loneliness equals weakness, failure, or social rejection. But psychology tells a very different story. Being alone, by choice, is not a sign of emotional weakness. In many cases, it is a sign of emotional strength, self-awareness, and psychological maturity. This article explores why emotionally strong people are comfortable with solitude, how being alone strengthens the mind, and why solitude is becoming one of the most underrated forms of power in modern society. 1. Solitude versus loneliness. A critical difference. Loneliness is the pain of feeling disconnected. Solitude is the peace of being connected to yourself. Emotionally strong individuals understand this difference clearly. They don't fear being alone because their sense of identity does not depend on constant validation from others. They can sit with their thoughts without panic, distraction, or escape. Loneliness drains energy. Solitude restores it. 2. Emotionally strong people don't need constant validation. Many people stay surrounded by others not because they enjoy company, but because they fear silence. Silence forces self-reflection, and self-reflection can be uncomfortable. Emotionally strong people don't rely on likes, attention, or approval to feel worthy. They validate themselves internally. As a result, they can walk away from unhealthy relationships, empty conversations, and performative social circles. They choose peace over popularity. 3. Being alone builds emotional regulation. When you are alone, there is no one to distract you from your emotions. You feel everything more clearly: stress, fear, boredom, motivation, clarity. Instead of escaping these emotions, emotionally strong people learn to regulate them. Solitude teaches emotional control, patience, self-soothing inner stability. This is why people who are comfortable alone tend to stay calm under pressure. 4. Solitude strengthens identity. Many people adopt opinions, behaviors, and values from their social environment without realizing it. When you spend time alone, those external influences quiet down. Solitude allows you to ask, what do I actually believe? What do I want? What aligns with my values? Emotionally strong individuals use alone time to refine their identity rather than outsource it. 5. High standards often lead to fewer connections. Emotionally strong people are selective. They don't crave connection at any cost. They would rather be alone than be misunderstood, tolerate disrespect, engage in shallow relationships, compromise their values. This selectiveness is often misinterpreted as antisocial behavior. In reality, it reflects self-respect and clarity. 6. Creativity and clarity thrive in solitude. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history happened in isolation. Solitude creates mental space, space where creativity, strategy, and deep thinking can exist. When you're constantly surrounded by noise, social, digital, emotional, your mind stays reactive. Alone time shifts the brain into a reflective state, where insights emerge naturally. Emotionally strong people protect this mental space intentionally. 7. Solitude reduces emotional dependency. Emotional dependency occurs when your mood, confidence, or self-worth depends on others' behavior. Spending time alone breaks this pattern. You learn that peace is internal, happiness is self-generated, stability doesn't require constant reassurance. This independence makes emotionally strong people less manipulable and more grounded. 8. Being alone reveals your real strengths and weaknesses without social masks, distractions, or performance. Solitude shows you who you really are. This honesty can be uncomfortable, but it's essential for growth. Emotionally strong people don't avoid this discomfort. They use it to improve. Avoidance builds fragility. Reflection builds resilience. 9. Solitude improves decision-making. Many poor decisions come from social pressure, fear of judgment, or emotional noise. Time alone allows the nervous system to reset. It creates clarity, perspective, and long-term thinking. Emotionally strong people make fewer impulsive decisions because they take time away from influence before choosing. 10. Alone time builds confidence quietly. Confidence doesn't always come from success or praise. Often, it comes from self-trust. When you spend time alone and handle your own thoughts, emotions, and challenges, you develop quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself. Emotionally strong people trust themselves because they've spent time with themselves. 11. Society punishes solitude, but rewards strength. Modern culture rewards visibility, availability, and constant engagement. But emotional strength often grows in the opposite direction, away from noise. Choosing solitude is an act of resistance. It's choosing depth over distraction and meaning over movement. Those who can stand alone are harder to control and easier to respect. 12. Solitude is not permanent isolation. Emotionally strong people don't reject connection, they refine it. They value fewer, deeper relationships, honest conversations, emotional safety. Solitude teaches them what kind of connection is worth having. 13. How to use solitude as a strength. Solitude becomes powerful when used intentionally. Schedule regular alone time, reduce digital noise, journal or reflect without distraction, observe your emotional patterns, learn to sit with silence. Strength grows in the space where avoidance ends. Conclusion: being alone is not a flaw. It's a skill. It reflects emotional independence, self-awareness, and inner stability. While the world encourages constant connection, emotionally strong individuals understand the value of stepping back, going quiet, and reconnecting with themselves. If you're comfortable being alone, you're not missing out. You're building something most people never do: inner strength that doesn't depend on anyone else.